Plunderlings. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and should be short and sweet this week, which is to be expected because it's Thanksgiving holiday here in the States. I know the rest of the world. In fact, I was kind of waiting for some sweet SH Figure Arts solicitations, but that didn't happen. And even though it is a holiday, this is my rest day. Thursday, family, food. Saturday, family, food. Friday, talk about some toys. So let's start with some Plunderlings, since they were kind enough to send along the stop motion to use as an intro for this weekly. Seriously, every time they do that, and I'm watching it, and I'm going along, and I'm thinking, wow, this would make a great animated series. Just like a modern day equivalent of Smurfs, just to name one of the childhood classics, where each character has their own voice, their own personality, but they kind of fit within the whole thing, and go off on adventures and misadventures and just... oh. Anyway, that's all to say that some Plunderlings have been restocked on online stores like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Captain Ash and Teal, Feral Cheddar and Zombone, and finally Nomad, Goyle, and Tough. Yeah, I'm reading those because I cannot keep all the names straight in my head. They've all had new production runs and they are in stock right now. No wedding, no fuss, no muss, just some rascally bastard fun for any shelf you decide to use these in. $40 a piece, links are in the description. But that's not all. The Plunderlings team also announced that they would be relaunching their online store 1st of December, if I remember right. And with that, they're going to have 2 accessory sets and 6 hatchling crates. The hatchling crates will include 1 set of walloping hands and then 2 bodies each. So if you match these up with the corresponding Plunderlings, you can use all of the accessories, the heads, the hands, and such. And cleverly enough, the hatchling offerings will match up with the Plunderlings that are currently available on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. See, you gotta love it when a plan comes together. Something else back in stock, but offered in a different way, is the Walmart exclusive Jazwares Fortnite Legendary Series 3-pack of Tomato Head, Peely, and... ooh, Beef Boss. All 3 of these have been offered before in single packs, but it's cool to see Walmart giving it another last go because, again, Jazwares is losing the license at the end of the year, but that's not stopping them. They're just like, we gotta put out as much stuff as possible while we can. I've said it several times before, but Jazwares is not going gentle into that good night. And even though this Walmart 3-pack is brand new, we're just now finding out about it, it is already a part of Walmart's Black Friday sale for half price, $60 down to $30. $10 a pop for arguably the best figures in this line. You need the food items, you need the Peely, you need the Tomato Head, and you sure as hell need Beef Boss. Go buy some toys, motherfucker! As far as I know, Hiya Toys, for the most part, produces 1/18th scale toys, which means it's beyond the scope of what I usually talk about. Here on the Fwoosh, we stick with 6-inch, 7-inch. But it seems that Hiya Toys is going to be creeping into more Fwoosh updates because they have announced a new Judge Dredd line that is in both 1/18th scale and 1/12th. What you're looking at here are pictures of the 1/18th. They don't actually have pictures of the larger scale figures. So this gives us a good idea of what we might see in 6-inch, but don't take these as gospel. Again, not pictures of the 6-inch or 1/12th scale Judge Dredd and Judge Death. And both of those characters we've seen in several toy lines before in the larger scale. I think 3A did both of them, and Mezco, and then you go back to the Toy Biz / Marvel Toys Legendary comic book line. You remember that? They did those 2 characters too. But Hiya has also announced that they're doing Judge Fear and Judge Mortis, who 3A did do, but if you're not into soft goods, here is some straight up plastic offerings for your shelf. Imagine them in your head. Take the character, put them into plastic form, kind of this flavor, which is, again, is not the 6-inch scale, and then that should be what we're getting. Itty bitty tidbit from McFarlane Toys this week. They showed a new picture of their Batman 66 line, and it's Surf's Up Joker and Batman, and then Riddler. I don't think this reveal is too much of a surprise. This is just the official reveal. We've seen hints, and I think we've even seen actual plastic, but I can't remember. Here you go. These are coming. I've seen people comment on how Todd is just rehashing the Mattel line and not going for characters that they didn't do back then, like Egghead or King Tut. But you gotta think, that line is pushing 10 years old now. And I know 10 years doesn't seem that old, but as far as toy store shelves and online ordering, yeah, that might as well be forever. Reintroducing this concept to the market, you gotta build from the ground up. You gotta go for the easy rehashes at first, and hopefully this line has the legs to get to those characters we never got. You just gotta wait and see where it goes. Super 7's ThunderCats Wave 5 was supposed to be solicited last week, but for whatever reason it got pushed to this week. One whole week. The rivers ran red and the mountains crumbled, but now we know what is in the wave. As teased, there is Mirror Lino, which is Lino in red, but there's also some retooling done, some pinless technology going on, and then actual hinges for the sword fighting hands. They go up and down. Can I get some of those for the old Lino? Then there's Hammerhead. I don't know Hammerhead, but when I saw the pictures, I had something flash in my memory, and I'm still trying to decipher it. I don't know if I remembered seeing the vintage toy way back in the day, because I'm pretty sure I didn't have it. I didn't have a lot of ThunderCats. Or if it's something I learned later on and thought, wait a second, it may have been at a convention when I was digging through a tub of loose figures and I came across this and thought, I don't know what this is. It looks cool, but it's kind of knockoff-ish. But still. But Vulture-Man, Vulture-Man is right up my alley. One of the main villains that I need for the display, but he does he seem a bit large? I mean, that'll work fantastically with Slythe, but once you put him against the rest of the crew, will he tower over them? Was he supposed to tower over them? I think I'm coming to terms with the fact that I only watched the first few episodes of ThunderCats back in the day. I didn't get into season 2, and I don't remember a lot of the later characters, like Bengali. But for some reason, he is high on my list. I don't know if it was because we got a lot of Tigers, and I always thought, well, that would be an easy custom. Or maybe it's the bright white and the Fwoosh blue mixing together beautifully. And hell, I didn't know he was a blacksmith. I like working with metal. He likes working with metal. It's a match made in heaven, even though I don't remember a single second of him in the cartoon. $55 due out fall of 2022. But that's not all from Super 7. Well, it's not an extravagant full wave reveal or anything like that, but there's some hints, there's some teases, there's some morsels. Here is the SilverHawks Armored Monstar in the, I have to read this every time, Transformation Chamber Throne. I don't know why I can't remember that. It's just words I don't usually put together. But I think this picture was shown before. It popped up again recently because they wanted to reiterate that yes, this Monstar can fit in this throne. It also looks like we're in for some Transformers Wave 3 news soon. I feel like the 2020s versions of Junkions would speak in memes. Or have they already done that? The only modern version of Transformers I've watched is the first season of War for Cybertron, and okay. Not to be a spoiler sport, but if you go back, Super 7 actually already announced the lineup for Wave 3. This is Retgar, obviously, but there's also AlligatorCon, Megatron G2, and Tarn. But those are just words. I want to see pictures. I want to see plastic. I want to see prototypes. That's when it sinks into this thick noggin. Oh, Medicom, your monthly MAFEX drops are like clockwork. Just boom, 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 2 a month. But your actual releases are still kind of scattershot. Although I say that, I just got Hush and Spider-Gwen, and then just today, I got Psylocke and Joker. So they're getting better. They're trying to catch up, but it's not helping pushing 2 more figures out a month. But the weird thing about this month's MAFEX is that they're both Marvel. Hell, they're both X-Force. Wolverine is looking, he's looking sweet. And if past offerings are any indication, this should fit in anywhere you want to go. With your MAFEX, with your Legends, whatever. It's a nice, short, stout figure. Here's my handle. And the thing that always throws me with redos is that at this point I expect reuse, but Medicom swerves us a lot of the time. It could be, well, okay, maybe the shoulders and biceps are reused, but everything else is new. They've kind of baggied the suit, added some wrinkles, less musculature, changed the seams, everything. I mean, I love it. I mean, if you line up the 3 Wolverines we've gotten, or at least the promo pics, it seems like the same dude in different costumes, but with appropriate changes. And the crazy thing is, I had to dig back to 2020 for the brown costume and 2019 for the tiger stripe. that gives you an idea of how long we wait for these things. Wolverine comes with 3 different heads. There's and alternate hands with claws in and out. I love this picture. I don't know why, it's just so Wolverine. But Logan's not alone. There's also X-Force Deadpool along for the ride. And same deal here. Could have reused some parts from the previous Wade, but they didn't. They looked at the art, they looked at the costumes and went, this is different, this is different, this is slightly different, but we're going to change it anyway. Just because. There's 4 heads with normal, smiling, wide-eyed, and angry, along with 2 swords and no guns. Maybe Medicom dealt with the DC, the WB stuff, and thought, well, it's only a matter of time that Disney or Marvel is going to go that direction, so we might as well get out ahead of it and go ahead and start pulling guns. But at the same time, that first Deadpool was 2018, and he didn't come with any guns, so I don't know what the deal is. My brain wishes that the grays matched between the 2 closer, but I also haven't read those X-Force issues in a long time. I can't remember if the costumes were actually different, or if they're pulling Wolverine from one artist rendition and Deadpool from a different one, or a different arc or series. $80 a piece, scheduled for September of 2022, but it's Medicom. You know how that goes. Now, since I just got Psylocke, are we going to see her in her X-Force gear? Can we get an Archangel, or a Nightcrawler, or a Deathlock, or Phantom X? That would be a cool MAFEX figure. And to finish off this weekly, a huge spoiler warning if you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife. In fact, it's stuff like this that made me go see the movie early. I was like, first day, wait, was it first day? No, I waited till the second day. I was like, we're getting there, we're watching it, going in fresh, going in clean. So if you haven't seen the movie and do not want to be spoiled, go ahead and skip to the outro. The chapters are all in the timeline. Or since this is the last news item, we're done. I'll see you next week sometime. If you want to go ahead and go watch something else, you're not hurting my feelings at all. But come back next week and we'll talk about more toys. During the Hasbro Fan First Monday this week, the Ghostbusters team, they held an absolute masterclass on how to run a HasLab, but then at the end of it, they revealed some new Ghostbusters Plasma Series figures. Well, we had already seen Phoebe in early promotional material, but then she didn't show up in that wave, so we kind of figured she would be exclusive. And it is, the Target exclusive 2-pack of Phoebe and Ghost Egon. Now, overlooking the joke on the box and the Twitter debate over whether this should have happened in the first place, I'll admit, I did get teary-eyed in the movie. So it's cool to have that moment captured in plastic form. On top of that, there's also a proton pack that actually comes apart like in the movie, a PKE meter in the Ghost stun gun position, a jar of spores, mold, and/or fungus, a chess piece that makes sense if you've seen the movie, and then a Pterodog head. The first Plasma Series Wave Build-A-Figure and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Pterodogs, they were both Vince Clortho. This head allows you to swap with one of those to give you Zool. So now all of that makes sense. And I feel like during the original timeline for this, when they planned this before everything shut down in 2020, it would have been a lot closer together. Again, did I say it was Target exclusive? If not, hey, Target exclusive. The Hasbro team said it should start hitting next week, but there's already been sightings. If you're wanting this, get out there and get it. Hopefully it pops up on the website and order it because my Target's terrible. And that's all for this week, I think. I don't know. I've been running around today, so I don't know if something's popped up. But if it has, we'll swing back around next week, Monday Fwoosh Live, which will get back on schedule. Yeah, I've missed some live streams. We're getting back to it next week. If you're interested in seeing any of these pictures up close without me I'll be posting all of those, plus links to more information, pre-orders on the Fwoosh front page Saturday at noon. And since it's Thanksgiving weekend, I gotta say, I'm thankful for all of you coming here every week and listening to me jibber jabber about some toys for way too long sometimes. I think I've told the story before, but originally when the Fwoosh decided to start a YouTube channel, I did not want to do this. I was a little shy guy who would talk to nobody at conventions, and I'm just like, ooh, look at toys. But since starting it, you can see the progression. You go back to the green screen days, into the blue screen, to in front of the camera, kind of, and to this wacky hijinks bullshit show that happens every week now. And I say bullshit because it's toys. I mean, some people think, oh, you just like everything. You're too happy. I just like enjoying myself. That's why I'm here. If I didn't enjoy myself, I'd be doing something else. And as much as I enjoy doing this, it makes me so friggin' happy that y'all enjoy it too. Because, yeah, I could be doing this to 10 people. I could be doing it to 1,000. And I'd feel the same kind of, oh, I appreciate everybody showing up. So yeah, much appreciation. Much love. Thank you. But if you enjoyed this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. I don't know where I'm pointing anymore. It was just much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. I wore my He-Man shirt today because I burned through Revelation last night, and I loved it. I will say that it shouldn't have been split into part 1 and part 2. If it had been the whole thing right off the bat, I feel like more people would have been into it. As is, some people didn't like part 1, not coming back for part 2. And we're left with setup for another season. Come on! I want to see more of this.